Have you ever looked at a really gorgeous website and just wondered, wait, how did they actually do that? Well, let's jump right into this explainer because today we're uncovering the incredible tool that literally brings the whole internet to life. If you've ever stared at a beautifully designed web page and wondered how all those crazy shapes, vibrant colors, and smooth animations got there, you are absolutely in the right place. We're talking about a language that completely transforms plain, boring code into stunning digital art. We're diving into CSS for kids and, honestly, for anyone who wants to grasp the magic of web design. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate digital paintbrush.
So how exactly do plain, bare-bones websites become these colorful digital masterpieces? I absolutely love this question because it takes us right to the heart of what web design really is. Without the tools we're about to explore, the internet would literally just look like a giant, endless black and white Word document. Every single button you click, every sleek menu you swipe through, and every perfectly positioned image, yeah, that's all the result of a very specific set of rules working behind the scenes to give the web its entire visual personality.
Enter CSS. It stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and you can think of it as the ultimate interior designer for a website. While other coding languages build the raw structure, like putting up the wooden frame in the roof of a house, CSS sweeps in to paint the walls, arrange the furniture, pick out the perfect fonts, and decide exactly how much space you need between the pictures hanging on the wall. It's the secret sauce that makes websites colorful, attractive, and responsive, whether you're looking at a massive desktop monitor or a tiny smartphone screen.
To really picture the relationship between the two main languages of the web, HTML and CSS, think about creating a comic book superhero. HTML, which is hypertext markup language, is basically your pencil sketch. It gives you the head, the body, the arms, the legs, essential, totally. But kinda plain. CSS, on the other hand, swoops in like the master inker and colorist. It gives our hero a bright red cape, a glowing chest logo, custom boots, and these dynamic action lines. HTML builds the skeleton, but CSS brings the power, the personality, and the style.
Now, before we actually start writing code, let's do a super quick history rewind. Back in the early days of the web, we're talking pre-1994 here, developers had to mash all their design instructions right in with their HTML content. It was a messy, confusing nightmare if you wanted to update anything. That is, until a computer scientist named Håkon Wilhelm Lie had a massive eureka moment. He proposed a wild idea. Hey, let's completely separate the actual text from the visual design rules. By 1996, the first official version of CSS hit the scene, and let me tell you, it completely revolutionized how we build the internet.
Section 1. Meet your digital paintbrush.
So knowing what it is and where it came from, what's really amazing is just how simple the actual code is. You really don't need to know complex math or confusing algorithms to write CSS. You literally just target an HTML element like the main body of your page or maybe an image, and then you open up a set of curly brackets. Inside those brackets, you just write basic readable rules. It's honestly almost like plain English. You're simply handing the browser a very specific to-do list for how things should look.
With just a few simple commands tucked inside those curly brackets, you take total control over your digital canvas. You can change a boring font to something elegant or super playful. You can tweak the spacing so your text isn't all squished together. You can master complex layouts to perfectly place items side by side. Add stunning background images? Easy. You can even create animations, like making a button physically click down or glow like a neon sign the second your mouse hovers over it.
Section 2. Unpacking the box model.
To truly master this digital paintbrush, we first have to wrap our heads around the absolute most foundational concept in all of web design, the box model. Listen, think of every single HTML element on a web page as a box. Every image, it's in a box. Every paragraph, box. And every single one of these boxes has 4 distinct layers. Right in the dead center is your content, the actual text or picture. Wrapping around that is the padding, which is kind of like an inner cushion. Outside the padding is the border, the actual physical wall. And finally, the margin is the invisible personal space outside the border that pushes other boxes away. By dialing in these 4 layers, you dictate exactly where every single item sits.
Now, when you start giving your boxes specific dimensions, like telling the browser, hey, make this box 100 pixels wide, there's a sneaky little trick you absolutely must remember about box sizing. Imagine ordering a 10-inch toy box, but the store slaps thick padding on the outside, making it suddenly too big to fit on your shelf. Well, that's the default content box setting in CSS. But by switching your code to border box, you force the browser to pack all that padding inside your 10-inch limit. It's an absolute lifesaver that keeps your layouts from completely breaking and, thankfully, keeps the math nice and simple.
Section 3. Learning CSS through games.
Okay, I know learning syntax can sound a little dry, but what if I told you that you can master web design by playing video games? Seriously, the absolute best way to learn these complex layout tools isn't by falling asleep into a textbook. It's through interactive, gamified platforms that give you instant visual feedback. Games like CSS Diner, Flexbox Froggy, and Grid Garden are literally legendary in the coding community. They take the rules of CSS and transform them into fun logic puzzles. When you write the right code, boom, you beat the level.
Take CSS Diner, for example. In this game, you are literally writing CSS rules to select specific items on a virtual restaurant table. One level might challenge you to select only the pickles sitting on fancy plates, while completely ignoring everything else. It perfectly teaches you how to write selectors, which is the crucial part of CSS that tells the browser exactly which HTML elements you want to apply your paint to so you don't accidentally paint the whole room.
Then there's Flexbox Froggy, which is just brilliant at visually training you to align items. Flexbox is a super powerful layout system used by actual professional developers every single day. In the game, you use real CSS properties, like justify content, to perfectly align cute little frogs onto their matching lily pads. Type flex end, and you send the frog jumping to the far right. Type space between, and you instantly spread a whole row of frogs perfectly across the pond. It makes complex alignment feel incredibly intuitive.
And similarly, we've got Grid Garden. CSS Grid is another highly advanced, two-dimensional layout system, and this game turns that complex grid map into a super fun puzzle about tending to a digital garden. You're writing actual CSS code like grid column start 3 to precisely position your virtual watering can over the exact columns and rows where your carrots are growing, while making sure you avoid the weeds. It is hands-on, visual problem-solving at its absolute finest.
Section 4. Creating masterpieces with code.
All right, so once you've nailed down the layout, you reach the ultimate goal. Want to know the coolest secret about web design? You don't even need an image file like a JPEG or a PNG to make art on a website. No way! You can build incredible things using nothing but code. CSS Art uses empty HTML div boxes. By just manipulating background colors, adjusting borders, and heavily relying on the border radius property, which is what curves the sharp corners of your boxes, you can literally morph simple squares into circles, triangles, ovals, and insanely complex organic shapes.
Let's actually think about how you would build a custom CSS emoji entirely from scratch. First off, you'd start with a single basic box and use that border radius trig to curve it into a perfect circle. Next, you drop in a background color rule to give it a nice yellow skin tone. Want to make it pop and look 3D? You'd apply a CSS gradient rule to add some shading around the edges. And finally, you just create smaller boxes inside for the eyes and the mouth, carefully positioning them using those box model margins we talked about earlier.
But hey, why stop at a static image? Once your CSS art is built, you can use the CSS transform property along with this awesome thing called keyframes to make those emojis cry, smile, spin, or even bounce across the screen. Keyframes essentially let you tell the browser, okay, at the start of the animation, the emoji should be right here, and exactly 3 seconds later, it should be way over there. The browser smoothly calculates all the visual changes in between, literally bringing your code to life.
And that perfectly brings us to a fantastic quote from the curriculum over at Coding All, which just hits the nail on the head. CSS makes visual coding for kids exciting, turning their work into digital art. Ultimately, learning CSS isn't just about making a website function correctly. It's really about giving learners a profound sense of design, aesthetics, and spatial reasoning. It provides a platform for infinite creativity, right where logic meets art.
So, we've explored the history, we've unpacked the box model, and we've seen how games can teach us to paint with code. You now completely understand the magic working behind the scenes of the websites you interact with every single day. The browser is your canvas, and CSS is your paintbrush. But remember, the web is constantly evolving. So, will you be the one to design the look of the internet tomorrow? You have the tools, so what digital masterpiece will you code first? Go ahead, open up a code editor, let your imagination run completely wild, and start building.